everybody, two classic 350 reborns, a halcyon green one and a red and chrome one. What's the difference between the two of them? Nothing, just the finishes. One got chrome plated parts and the other one got paint, simple as that. They're exactly the same bike. They probably started off on the production line at the same time, just one got chrome parts and the other one didn't. Why am I saying that? Because of this new bullet that's just about to be launched, the 350, and why I don't think it's going to be a great success. Because I think, well, let me go back a little bit further. All the people I've subscribed to, and they're normally all motorbike orientated, they were hyping up the launch of this bullet, saying, oh, you know, it's going to be a 500, look at all the logos they're flashing up on the website. It's all bullet 500 this, bullet 500 that, bullet 350 that, bullet 5... And everybody thought it was a 500, and including me. I did get sucked into it. And when the launch came, what a disappointment. It was just another one of these, with a different mudguard, different seat, black paint, gold gold stripes on it. So, oh, I've got a visitor again. Another cat, you see. It's got, every video I make has got to have a cat in it for some reason. So yeah, they would have got away. This is why I think Royal Enfield have shot themselves in the foot over this, big time. If they'd released this new bullet before they released these classic reborns, everybody would have accepted them. They'd say, oh yeah, look at the new bullet, it's got, oh yeah, it's a nice little 350 that, isn't it? Isn't it pretty? Oh, I'll have one of them. They'd have sold loads of them. And then they could have released these as a sort of derivative of the bullet, like they did with the 500s. You know, they had the 500s bullet and they had the classics. But the bullet came first. But they didn't do that. They released these, and now they come out with the bullet, and everybody can see straight through it. It's just another J platform one of these. I mean, how many of these have we got now? We've got the classic Halcyons, we've got the chrome versions, we've got the Meteor, and now we're going to have a bullet. It's all sort of like the same thing. I've got if you go to my YouTube channel and go on to my homepage and click on community, I've got a poll going on there saying, if you've got one of these, or you're thinking about buying one of these, if you haven't got one, would you be trading it in for the new bullet? I definitely won't be myself. I mean, I've got plenty of bullets anyway, old ones, but it's not sufficiently different. I don't think it constitutes a new model, just putting a few more bits on it and making it look a little bit like a bullet. I don't. It's not a new model at all. It's just a rework of one of these. Perhaps I'm just a scathing old git, I don't know. But you know, it just doesn't work, does it? This cat definitely wants to go on this one. Don't you see, eh? Garden tiger, that's what he is, a garden tiger. It never shuts up, that cat don't. So there we are. I mean, these are my two. Why have I got two? Oh, well, there we go. When they released these, and I saw this one, and I thought, cool, look at that, look, isn't that a pretty little bike? It reminds me of my Rocket Gold Star I had when I was younger. With the red and chrome tank, and you know, it just looked a bit like that, and I quite liked it. I thought it's a pretty bike, and I was convinced I was going to buy one of these straight away. I thought, well, yeah, I will have one of these, because I wasn't going to have it. I've got, you know, the 350 classic red, chrome and black, and I thought, nah, they don't do it for me, the 350s, not them. But I ended up loving it. I thought I was just going to have to go and buy one, aren't I? So I got up to the dealers and walked. I was absolutely convinced, right to the point where I walked in, it's the red and chrome, I'm having one of those. And they got one in the window, and I was looking at that from outside, and I thought, yeah, definitely that. Then I walked in, and the first bike I saw was this one. And I think I've said in a previous video that my favourite colour is dark green. And I just took one look at this. I thought, no, it's got to be this one. I've got to have this one. So I bought it. Anyway, a couple of days later, after they PDI'd it, I got a lift up to the dealers and then rode it back. 22 miles. I got back into the journey back home. And I got a puncture in the back tyre. It was marvellous, isn't it? And being a tube tyre, there's nothing I could do with it. I didn't have a spare tube with me or anything like that. There was nothing I could do with it. And I thought, oh dear. So I phoned the AA up for the first time in my life. And the guy came out and he said, oh, it's a tube tyre, isn't it? I said, yeah. He said, I can't do anything with that, mate. He said, I'm going to have to put it on the trailer and get you home. I said, yeah, whatever. So I got it back, had the back wheel out, got another tube, put it in. Sorted. But he took the mileage because he has to do for his breakdown reports and that, and he sort of looked at the mileage and then looked at me and he said, do you know, I've been in the AA for nearly 30 years, he said, worked for the AA for 30 years, and this is the lowest mileage vehicle I've ever had to come out to. I said, yeah, sorry about that, I've only just bought it. I was just riding it home. So that's the story behind that one anyway. But anyway, I got this and I started running it in for the first week, and I kept looking at the brochure and I kept looking at the red and chrome one, and I thought, oh, that is pretty bike, that is, and I still hankered for it. So I thought, well, I don't know what to do really. I can't trade this in again, I've only just got it. So I went up to the dealers and I said, that red and chrome one. He said, yeah. I said, I'll have it. So I bought it and I thought, oh my god. But it didn't end there, because I bought an Interceptor on the same day as well. Sunset Strip one, which is the one in my video. It's now got a chrome tank on it. And I said to the guy, I said, the dealer, I said, is this a record then, selling 3 bikes to the same bloke in a week? He said, no. He said, I've actually sold 4 to a guy once in a week. He said he bought a limited edition Interceptor, the anniversary one, and he bought the GT one as well, and he bought Himalayan, and he bought a Meteor, I think. But so I didn't break any records. But I still, when I first got this red one, I couldn't stop looking at it. I just get it out and just leave it there and look at it, and for ages I just couldn't stop. I thought it was a really beautiful bike, and it is in its own way. But you can go out on this at night time and go for a long ride, a couple 100 miles, something like that, come back, get this one out, go off, and you think you're on exactly the same bike if it's night time. There's no difference between them whatsoever, except that that's got a pillion seat on it and this one hasn't. But this came with a black seat. No, it didn't. I'm telling you loads of lies now. It came with a brown seat, and I didn't like it. I think the brown was to complement this snazzy stripe that they've put on and the badges. And I don't like brown seats. I just got, I don't know, because I like the one on this, you see, it's black. So I bought a new seat, but I couldn't get the pillion seat because they hadn't got it in stock for the black one. So I thought, well, I'll just wait for it. But I didn't order it. I just thought I'll order it later on. I'm not fussed. I don't carry too many pillions anyway. So I've left it off, and I think it looks a lot better for it. You can tell, you can see by the pair of them now which is the better looking bike. But I've left the pillion seat on the red and chrome one because my son borrows it now and then, and he takes his wife out on it and they love it. Because he hasn't got a road bike, he's only got an off-road Honda or something. So yeah, he loves it. It's a job to get it back off him sometimes when I've lent it to him. But he's welcome to borrow it anytime he likes. I mean, I've got plenty of them. So yeah, if I had to choose to keep one of these, which one would it be? Well, that's an easy question to answer. That's both of them. I'm not going to split them up. I just like them. They've both got equal mileage on them, because if you do that, it's a lot easier to service them two at a time. So I do the pair together when they get to, they've both got about 3,000 miles on them now each. But so I say, I do a lot of miles a year on bikes, but I've got so many, when you split it amongst all of them, it doesn't put many miles on each of them. But yeah, so that's just my little feelings about the new Bullet. You know, if you've got different thoughts about it, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear, because I'm nosy like that. I like to know what other people think about things. You know, that's what the whole idea of having a YouTube channel, isn't it? Chatting to people and getting to know what they like and what they don't like and the reasons why. And so yeah, two classic lovely little 350s. I will get round to cleaning them, but it looks like we've got thunderstorms coming in this forecast. It's getting a bit black over there, so I'll have to get these in, I suppose, or perhaps I'll just cover them in soap and leave the rain to do the rest, because I'm lazy like that, I suppose. But they both need a good clean. But you're either riding bikes or you're cleaning them, you know, well, especially when you've got as many as I've got. But people say, well, why do you need two though? And I said, I don't need two. It's like women in handbags and shoes and stuff like that. If you ask a woman, no disrespect to women here, for any ladies that are watching, I'm not having a pop at you, but if you ask a woman, why have you got 40,000 pairs of shoes and 1,900 handbags? The reply you'll probably get is, oh, shut up. That's a normal thing they say. And I think this, collecting bikes, is a bit of a man thing, isn't it? It's what we do. It's human nature to collect sets of things. I've noticed that. So I've got two, yeah. Somebody put a comment that he had to show the header picture in my homepage to his wife of 57 years. He's got 3 bikes, and he was trying to justify his collection, a little collection of 3 bikes, to her, I think, by showing her that all the bikes that I'd got. And I think the comment I put, I said, they normally moan and groan if you get 2, wives do, and when you get to 3, they won't speak to you for a week, and by the time you get to 4, they're already threatened to leave you. 5, they've already spent a week away at their mother's. They've always gone back to mother. And when you get to 6, they've gone. And when you get to 10, they're never coming back. Anything over 10, you've lost them for good. So all these people that poison their wives, don't bother, just start buying motorbikes, they'll go. It's a bit cynical, isn't it, eh? Anyway, that's not nothing to do with these, is it? But there we are. So there we are, my 2 little 350s. I love them both. I love all the Royal Enfields I've got, for, like I say, I've said it in other videos as well. I love them all for different reasons. And for your absolute amazement, this is being filmed on a Gopro 10. Well, hey, I mean, I haven't even got a smartphone. I'm not exactly Mr. Current Affairs, and I've fudged about with the settings. I don't know what I'm doing, but if this comes out, you'll be watching it. If the audio's half decent, you'll be watching it. If it isn't, then you won't be watching it. But I'm going to call this the Monday Mumble, because I do mumble. I listen to myself and I think, oh my God, listen to him. Sounds like a real old Suffolk bumpkin, which I'm not actually, because I come from Derby. But that's a story for another day. So I don't know, somebody said that it takes a third of the videos that I put up, a third of watching one, before he gets in tune with my accent. So maybe I ought to pay for an upgrade on my accent and speaking absolutely flawless Queen's English and pronounce every single syllable of every single word, and I'll be allowed to say things like, I think I drove past your house the other day, quite the scandal. Perhaps I shan't bother, I'll probably keep Suffolk, I think. But yeah, there we go, two classic 350s. Not much of a video, is it? But I'm just waiting for the mount to come for this GoPro on the helmet, and then we'll start getting out on the road, because I hate just walking round and round my bikes and not doing anything with them. I mean, I can start one up, I can start them both up if you want. They always tick over a bit fast until I get warmed up. There we go, 350 Royal Enfields burbling away there. I don't know what the audio is going to be like on this, but anyway, I better get these away, ready for this big thunderstorm we're going to get. Hope you've enjoyed it. You know, thanks for dropping in. Drop in any time you like. I'm here. Dropping on the videos, I mean. But there we go. Thanks ever so much. Catch you on the next one. Ta-ta.